Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. Last time we took on Acro, the boss of Aquastar. This time we're going to be starting off my least favorite world in the game, Neostar. But we're going to start things off with actually a pretty fun level. I do enjoy this one quite a bit. Just be careful, there are traps laid about all over the place. These little spider enemies are cool. You can jump into their string and then watch them fall and they blow up kind of like a little bomb. But other than that, they're not that bad to take care of. These little spear enemies are the bane of my existence. And just like that, we get to see one of the mechanics of this level are these little trap doors. Trap floors, rather, not doors. And if you land in the wrong spot, you'll get hit by a spike. So keep in mind that. However, there is a crystal shard in a trap floor. You're going to be seeing that eventually. So, I guess trip up most of them until you find it. But until then, I'm going to go for Boulder, I guess, is what I was thinking of trying to grab. I don't know why I wanted Boulder. I just know I wanted Boulder. This little stone guy is kind of annoying. This little axe guy. Because he can deflect the... At least if I remember correctly, he can deflect the power-ups pretty easily. So, just be careful with him. I forgot his name. Yeah, and these like guys that throw the spears, they're really annoying. They're placed in like annoying spots that keep... it's just annoying. Here's some more Kappas. Pretty neat enemies, but since I'm Boulder Kirby, I could just walk straight on through them. I think the idea was that since there's traps, I figured that since I'm stone, I could just tank them. But no, you still get hurt. This is a trap floor. This is the crystal shard. And then that ice cream is very deceptive because that is also a trap floor. So keep that in mind. And we're done with the trap floor segment of the level. Next up, we're going to be climbing up these vines, and just right next to the first shard is the second shard. And I didn't mean to actually fall down there. I thought that was a pit at first, and then I hit the wall, and I thought I climbed up an extra layer than I thought, so I tried avoiding it, and then I found that. So it's kind of a bittersweet accident. So that's the second shard. And the third shard I missed completely on the first run through of this level. It took me like a second run through to find it. But as you can tell, these like spear throwing enemies are kind of annoying because they're placed in areas like this where they can easily hit you while you're trying to not get hit. Granted, there is always ice cream or sandwiches or whatever to heal you, but that still doesn't stop them from being annoying. They kind of look like Skull Kid from Majora's Mask a little bit. The little hat. That's what they kind of look like to me. And now this level's this part of the level is fun. You have to jump on the vines and make sure that you time your jumps correctly, kind of like in Donkey Kong Country. Sort of. And if you're me and you have the boulder ability, you'll just drop dead. But yeah. So now I'm going to do this for real. Since I don't have power up, I don't have to worry about pressing the B button by accident and falling down. I thought, like, my whole thought process behind that blunder was, oh yeah, I'm invincible, I'll kill the enemy and then just get out of it in time. But I didn't time it the right way, and I died instead. But the next crystal shard is not in this room, so you don't have to really worry about it too much. There's not really much to avoid other than timing your jumps correctly. So other than that, there's really nothing to talk about in this level, in this room. Here is the mini boss. He's rather easy with a power-up. Without a power-up, he's kind of annoying because you have to deal with these like spear guys, and you have to time the throws with the flamethrower breath. So he can be kind of annoying to deal with. Not like a challenge or anything, but just annoying. Especially if you're like right where I am, the little spear guys won't be able to get you, so you'll be set. Also, I seem to get like that timing down where every time I throw the enemy at him, he just decides to breathe fire. I had about, yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that Kirby's breath can kill enemies, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I was done with it, man. At this point, I missed like half my shots. I was getting hit by the spears. I was missing them because he kept using the flamethrower. I was like, I'm done with you. But no shard from our mini-boss friend over here. The spear guys don't give you any power-up. You can't duck underneath the bridge. So on to the next part of the level. This is where the shard is. And you have to run on these little logs and dodge the spiders and the pterodactyls. I forgot the names of these enemies. And the shard is actually... hold on, it's not here. It's... Oh, I died. Boo. So I got a game over, and then came back with lives. Anyway, this is like the second or third time around I have the boulder again. But anyway, the shard is actually over here. It's up here. It's kind of hidden, but you can kind of see it up top next to where those pterodactyls were. And I died here the second time around because that floor caved underneath me and I wasn't prepared for that, so careful with that. We're gonna grab the invincibility candy and we could just make a mad dash to the end because this is pretty much the end of the level anyway. But I want to kill that spear guy because I don't like them. And yeah, this level's pretty kind of long for a level, really. 6 minutes or 8 minutes almost. Pretty long for a level, I'd say. I was like, there has to be a shard around here somewhere. That's like the end of the level. But I not realizing I completely missed it. So I was like, I don't know what I should do. Should I just end the level? Should I check back? I'm almost positive. I was like, you know what? I'll end the level and then off camera look for it again. So we're gonna do that and just end the level. We're gonna grab our new enemy info card, and just like that, we unlock episode 4. Level 4-2. But we're gonna take care of that once I find the new ability. So coming back through here with the Phoenix ability kind of makes it a little easier. The Phoenix ability made the vines interesting because you got to shoot the Phoenix into the vines and then let them like push you a little bit. It's pretty neat. But don't overdo the Phoenix because you can die really easily with the Phoenix ability. So be careful. And the shard's right up here on that first circle. I think I saw it just now and I was like, oh, I saw it, I see it, and then went after it. But as you can tell, you can't stop the Phoenix, so keep that in mind when using it. Just like that, we got the third shard, and we can leave the level and go to 4-2. So let's do that. Let's go into 4-2, and that's what the remainder of this world is. Now, I despise this level wholeheartedly. I seriously dislike this level. Here's the first shard, right as you're entering, and on the other side there is a spare rib, I believe? Yeah, spare rib. And once you fall through here, you're going to meet up with Waddle Dee and enter a minecart section. And in the minecart section, I believe you got the second shard. So the second shard isn't that bad. But notice how there's a Poppy Bro Jr. here, and then you're going to be seeing a stone enemy. those are the only bomb and stone enemies in this level. And here's the second shard. I missed it, so I decided to try again because it was right there. This is right in the beginning of the level. I could just fall for it, so I'll be fine. Notice how Papa Bro Jr. and the little stone enemies are the only sources of bomb and stone in this entire level? Yeah. You need dynamite in order to get the third shard. And like I mentioned in, I think it was like the second episode or maybe the first episode, dynamite is the worst power-up in my opinion. It's a screen nuke, but the only, and it does damage to you, but the only way to not take damage is if you stop and hit the duck button, or duck to avoid damage. And you need to bring a dynamite power-up into this level and then play through the minecart section all over again. So like, as someone who hasn't played through this game, and I didn't know that, I had to play through this game for a legit hour and a half. There's an hour and a half worth of footage of me attempting to grab this third shard. Because the dynamite power is really hard to get used to, and it's really hard to predict, and you're just going to be sitting there waiting a whole lot. Unless you like throw it perfectly, and when you throw it you can hit the enemies and they blow up. So the dynamite will blow up automatically the second you it touches an enemy. Up here there's health, just keep that in mind. So like, let's say you throw at one of these eye cubes, which is what their names are. They're it's funny. It's the letter I with a 3 up like the cube. I cube. It's funny. I like that name. But yeah, this is the level. This is my least favorite level in the game, simply because of the last shard in it. It's brutal, man. Trying to get that last shard with dynamite is annoying, because you have to go throughout this entire level with the dynamite power. And like, that section was fine, whatever. That's the easy part. The hard part is this part, in which you have to dodge all the shot zones, and dodge all the drops. And these are the drops right here, these little enemies, the little bubbles, like Chaos from Sonic Adventure. Yeah, you have to dodge them. And that doesn't sound like it's so bad, but if you even mistime a jump, or you don't dash at the right time, you get to fight off the drop, or have to avoid them in some way. And since you have dynamite, you're very capable of hurting yourself. And it's just unnecessary damage that you're gonna be taking. And I've gotten like 6 or 7 game overs on this level alone. It's pretty annoying. I always tend to get hit by some enemy in some form, or some shape or form, and it's pretty brutal. I tend to like hurt myself too with the dynamite. Sometimes I throw it and it hits the enemy and I didn't hit duck just right. Or I do that, I jump down, didn't see a crab enemy, and just landed on him and died. This level is not a fun level. I did not enjoy this one in the slightest bit. I guess it's not really too bad if you're not going for 100%. Like, if you're just playing the game for fun, I guess it's not so bad. But since I wanted to beat 0 squared, or 0, or 02, however you pronounce the final boss of, or the true final boss of this game, however you pronounce his name, I wanted to collect all the shards, and this shard just sucked. It sucked. It's really the only shard I can think of off the top of my head that like really sucked a lot to get. And like, the only other time I remember being really frustrated in this game is during the boss rush. And it's right here. This is where you need the bomb and stone ability to get dynamite. You need it for that little wall right there. So, And like I said, there are no Poppy Bro Juniors or any other bomb enemies. There are no stone enemies in this level other than the ones found on the minecart. And that's bullshit. That shouldn't be a thing. And so this mini boss is simple. It's just a bunch of drops. I should have just stayed with the lightsaber. I don't know what I was thinking. I figured my idea was like suck up like 3 or 4 of them and then throw them at the other end. The drops aren't hard enemies to face off. They don't really do anything. But what makes them hard with dynamite is that it's dynamite, and if you're not fast enough in that one section, they'll fall on you and you take a hit, an unnecessary hit. Or you can throw dynamite and it'll hit them as they're falling down, and again you'll take an unnecessary hit. It's just brutal. So here's another crushing mechanic. This is like one of the only few crushing mechanics. And there's like one more level with crushing mechanics. That's not until like the end of the level, the end of the game, really. I could have sworn I got a freeze off of one of these enemies at some point. Maybe. Maybe I'm thinking of a different level? I don't know. But yeah, those guys shouldn't give you anything. These little phone guys. Oh, that one got crushed. Ew. Oh, I kind of feel bad now. I took off his hat and then I scared him into running into a death trap and he died. Well, at least we can grab the card at the very least. So, yeah, there we go. And now let's try to go right back into this level with dynamite. So I pretty much got stone and rock from like World 1, World 1-2 and World 1-1 I think, because bomb and stone are pretty prevalent in those levels. But as you can tell, like even hitting like the I cube, it just blows up automatically and you take a hit. But it is like a screen nuke. Some enemies can't die, so these frogs can't die. I was having a really hard time avoiding them for some reason. I always got hit, but luckily for me, I remember there was a spare rib up here. This is like after an hour and a half of me doing this. I had like this whole level memorized at some point. Now I was afraid because I figured if I stood right there, I would get hit before the little paraglider enemy would touch me. I didn't want to take an unnecessary hit. Oh man, it was brutal. And like even with that life, I still managed to get myself like a few game overs. Like that's how annoying this level was. Because like a lot of my deaths didn't happen in this room. A lot of my deaths happened in the next room, the room with all the water in it and stuff. And I was playing like ass too. By the way, I was taking unnecessary hits. Like I could have done this without getting hit, but yeah, this is like the only time I managed to get this part right, dodging all the enemies so that I don't have to truly use a dynamite for unnecessary reasons. So this is the best possible run I could have had. I had it down where all the drops dropped behind me, and I was able to just make it without getting hit. That was the best I ever did on that part. Normally when I would do this, I would get like, I would have 1 health by this point, or like 2 health, and I would have to deal with the crab enemies and the Zeuses. Oh, man. And like now I'm playing super defensively because I have like no health. And they have to like just sit there for so long, you know? It's kind of annoying. And then you have to dodge all the cutters and stuff. And like I wasn't even sure like if I threw that dynamite off screen, like if I would even take damage. So like I wasn't chancing that shit. I'm not gonna take an unnecessary hit just to prove a point. Like fuck out of here. I thought I got screwed right there. I thought that crab was gonna hit me. Ooh, I got so scared right there. I was like my perfect run almost ended. Oh yeah. And then I got lucky with these health, or rather not lucky with these health, but lucky that there was health there. And then there's an enemy, a Zeus, and a Kappa, another little jellyfish enemy. And then that should be the last one, right? Oh no, there's a Kappa and another jellyfish enemy. I let go of the down button there, but I was like, finally! The wall! I made it! So happy! And then I got the power shard and I was like, I am done with this shit, and I will see you guys in the next part. Peace.